tools that you can use to create KDP low content books. Hi, Kerry here from Dream Creator Beat, and welcome to my channel where we show you how to make money online, low content products like KDP low content books, printables and digital planners. So in this video, I'm going to go through some of the free tools that you can use to actually research to create your books, and other tools that you can use to actually help you create your KDP low content books. Now, the first part of this is to do with Chrome extensions that you use with Amazon in order to do your research. Now, obviously, you need to have Chrome on your computer to be able to do this. I don't think you can be doing it on a mobile device. So the first one we're actually going to cover is DS Amazon Quick View, and it was probably the first plugin tool that I actually used to do any of my research, and it's this one here. And basically what it's doing is it's telling us the BSR rate, and it's also giving us the ASIN number. Now, the free version does not show us the chart for like the pricing going up and down and the sales and things like that, but it does give us all this extra information about who's published the book. So we know this is a KDP low content book because it is independently published, which is Amazon's own imprint name. And then it tells us how many pages there is. It also tells us the size of the book as well, 8.5 by 11. So it's a much bigger book than, say, I've created for it. I created 6 by 9. And then there it tells us which categories are in. And don't forget that these categories can also be keywords as well. So automotive, small business taxes, transport industry. So it's telling us different information there that you can actually see. So that is the first one here, which is this Chrome extension there. So I'll leave a link down in the description. Now, the next one I want to talk to you about is actually this one here, and this is Helium 10 extension. Now, Helium 10 is a free and a paid things, but the extension here is free. Basically, it's doing the same sort of information, but one of the reasons why I like this is because it actually gives us the chart where it's actually showing us what price. So they've kept their price for the last 30 days at $5. You can actually click on all time and it'll tell us what the price was, and then it also tells us the BSR. Now, we don't know why that BSR has dropped. Has it dropped because it's in, you know, new accountancy year, or has it dropped because they've started running ads, sponsored ads? But at least we can actually see that. Now, you can also use Helium 10 to do a reverse lookup for keywords using their Cerebro tool, and you get 2 free lookups a day. So when you've got this plugin, you can just click this and it will actually copy you and take you there. So the next one we're looking at is a self-publishing Titans. They do have a website that actually tells you all different things, and also they've got a YouTube channel that actually shows you how to go about doing different things. So the first part of this is they've got this big band here that actually helps you. This is one of their plugins, and it actually tells you whether the keyword is a good score. So mileage logbook, it's telling me that it's not really a good score. It's telling me that there's a lot of results that's over 1,000. It's telling me that there's 10 on independently published on the first page, 22 over there's 22 on the front page, and there's 10 of those that's independently published. Then it's telling me the best-selling rank, and then it's telling me the reviews, and it's telling me the price, and his own videos will show you how to exactly use that tool. It's also this part here where it gives me the best-selling rank. So I'm going to move off that because it's not low-con. Again, it's giving me one of the categories, telling me the paper size. So it's telling me that there's 120 pages, and it's also telling me when it was published. They also have an expanding tool. So if I click here, and I'm going to go there. This is the Self-Publishing Titans expansion tool, and it's actually giving me a lot of information of a lot of keywords that I can be using or even looking for to see if there's less competition. So, you know, like I can copy that and it'll actually go in and search for that, and it can tell me. So I'm not going to use that keyword because it's telling me that there's over 20,000 results for that specific keyword. Now there's also another tool that does that sort of suggestion, and that came about for self-publishing titans, and that is actually AMZ Suggestion. So I'm just going to turn off this one so you can actually see it. Remove that. This is AMZ Suggestion Tool, so it's actually giving me different words, and again I can go and just click here and it'll take me to those searches to actually see if I can actually narrow down my niche. So that's given me over 4,000. So that's not really quite good to use with cart taxes. So those are the Chrome extension tools that you can actually be using. Again, all the links for all of these will be down in the description. So what can you actually use to create your books? Well, Canva is a great beginner program that you can actually be using. You can use drag and drop tools. You can use the free version. The pro version is probably better because you can use like you can share templates, you can add your own fonts in. But if you're just getting started out and you want to check to see if everything works, then creating your interiors has got a lot easier on Canva now because they have started using tables. That's one thing that was missing. You can now create more than 100 pages. I think it's up to 200 pages. And also you can set your print to be CMYK. There can also be low resolution issues with Canva, but it's a free program to actually get you started on, and I actually love it for creating different things. But if I'm honestly creating my own interiors, I'm either doing it in Affinity Publisher or I'm doing it in PowerPoint. But if I want something quick, Canva is my choice, and I also use it for social media and things like that. But if you still want free and you want something a bit different than Canva, then Google Slides is your friend. Now, I'm not suggesting Google Docs to create low content books, and the whole reason for it is because when you move something in Google Docs or any word processing files, it sort of creates a mess. Whereas if it's a slide that you can change the size to, you can place different things. You can place images, you can place text, you can move things about. So that is a great thing to use. Again, Google Slides is free. You can have as many pages or slides inside and do it that way. Now, obviously, you want to start adding different things to your planners, to your low content books. So you want some images. Now, free places to go is public domain vectors.org. Vectors are great because you can edit them, you can change them, you can remove colors from them, you can make them bigger, you can make them smaller without them being pixelated. So this is a great place to come to and actually find different things. There's also Vecteezy. Now Vecteezy is a freemium model, so you've got free things and you've also got a pro account. Now if you are using some of the free images, you do have to give attribution, and you also have to be aware of the amounts of books you can sell. Now it used to be quite high. They have reduced that number, so you need to check the licensing with that. Then how do you actually go about editing all of these? Well, there's different software that you can use. Now you can use Gravit. Gravit is both free and paid. The free version is online. It is pretty powerful. It's a vector design tool, so you can be creating SVGs and anything like that that's scalable. It's like line art, so it's quite powerful. I have created a video showing you how to use Gravit for creating a colouring book. Now there's also another free one that's not freemium, so there's no paid version to it. It is Inkscape. It is very powerful. It's as powerful as, say, Adobe Illustrator. There's lots of things you can do with it. It's also a downloadable software, so you don't need the internet to be running it. It does come with Mac, Windows and Linux. There is a steep learning curve, but if you want free and you want powerful, this is a great software to go to. Then another one that's also free but works online is Photopea. It's very similar to Photoshop, quite powerful. It does open up a lot of files like PSD, Adobe Illustrator, and InDesign files and PDFs and Gimp files. So it is similar to like Photoshop, but again, pretty powerful. Now, if you want something that's on your computer and not internet based, then Gimp is another one. Again, this works on Mac, Windows, and Linux. So it's cross-platform. It's open source. You can change it. You can do what you want with it. You can create a number of different books, and it's very similar to Photoshop, and they work closely in hand with like Inkscape, which is there. So you've got, say, the equivalent of Illustrator there and the equivalent of Photoshop there. So these are all very powerful for actually creating. Now, I personally found Gimp a bit difficult, a bit challenging for me. So I prefer other software. I prefer Photopea, but that's my personal choice. Other people prefer Gimp. Now, another free tool that I think is fantastic is this one here, PNG to SVGs. You can convert different files that you've created or you've got from different places like FreePic or Vecteezy or public domain. And if it comes as a PNG, you can convert it to an SVG. Why do you want it as an SVG? Because then you can change the line shape, you can get rid of things, you can get rid of color a lot more simpler, and you can upload, I think, up to 20 files at a time, it says there, and convert it and download it. Now, I have used their new vectorizer here. So I took a PNG image that I'd drawn in Procreate and vectorized it to see if when I opened it up, say in Affinity, it was okay. Now, it's made a lot of changes and added extra eyes that, you know, I can't now see, but I could quickly go in and tidy them up, probably quicker than if I was, say, drawing. I can scale on images, I can group them. So it's quite a great little free resource to change your images from PNG to SVG. So those are all the different free tools that you can be using to help you create your KDP low content books and actually start doing niche research as well. Again, all the links for all of these will be down in the description. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, go and watch the video again or ask questions in the comments. Over on the right hand side there are some training and review videos. If you like this video, hit the like button and subscribe to be notified about any new videos on my channel.